Hey everyone, welcome to We Can Automate. In the previous session, we have learned about how multi-agent system works and how CrewAI works. If you have not watched the previous video, you can go and watch it. Link is given in the description. In this session, we are going to build a travel agent using CrewAI and OpenAI model. So let's begin with the session. Topics covered in this session are understand the workflow diagram of the travel agent. Here we are using the multi-agent system and here we are using workflow pattern as a sequential. First, we'll understand the entire block diagram of agents, task, everything so that when we are getting into the coding part, we'll have a clear understanding. Then we are going to a coding part. Here we are going to build our own agent, that is travel planner agent, using a CrewAI tool. For example, here we are building a travel planner agent using a multi-agent system where multiple agents are involved. These are all the agents, agent 1, agent 2 and agent 3. For example, if you are sending a user input and user input includes a destination, which place I want to travel and what is the duration, that is 7 days, what is the budget which I'm looking for, and all the preferences, history, culture, food, photography, whatever I wanted, that goes as a user input. And here there is something called Crew orchestrator. This is out of the box which is coming from CrewAI. We are just sending an input, and Crew orchestrator, here it will connect to a different agents whatever we will create. And agent looks like this. First agent is responsible for doing some research on the destination place, this agent which we are going to create, and here we are calling it as a destination researcher. This destination researcher will have one task associated. This task component is responsible for performing the research on the particular input whatever we have asked, and once it performs the research, it will provide a output. That output will contain all the attractive places, activities which you can do in that particular place, local experiences, or whatever you ask, that it will provide the output. And whatever the output which is coming from agent 1 and the task, it will go as an input to the second agent. Here the second agent is itinerary planner agent, and this will take the input from the first agent and then it will call its own task, that is create a day by day complete plan. This is the agent and it will have one separate task associated with that, and whatever the input which is coming from agent 1, it will go to this particular task, and this task 2 will provide the complete 7-day plan. And the next agent, the third agent, is budget analyst, because we have asked for budget here 1,50,000. This particular budget analyst, based on the agent 1 and agent 2, then it will see that all these activities, all the places whichever is mentioned here can fit into this particular budget or not. This agent will call another task that is associated. That task name is provide budget plan, and it will take the input as a task 2 output, then it will provide the output as budget breakdown and complete analysis, and finally we get the output. This is how the CrewAI agents and tasks looks like. There will be a multiple agents and each agents can have a multiple task here, and there will be something called Crew orchestrator that will take care of this execution in a sequential way. Now let's get into the coding part. I have created a separate project called travel planner multi-agent system. In that I'm going to create a file for requirement.txt. In that requirement.txt, I'm going to add all the dependencies or libraries which I needed for this particular project. First thing is CrewAI. After that, I'm going to add python.env. This is to load the env files. And after that, I'm going to add OpenAI library. This is to deal with OpenAI LLM. After that, go to terminal and activate your virtual environment. I've already created the virtual environment here. I'm just showing the command to activate the virtual environment. Source virtual environment name bin/activate. Your environment got activated. After that, you need to run the pip install -r requirement.txt to install all the dependencies which we have added in the requirement.txt. Here it is showing that all the requirement already satisfied. If you are installing first time, it will take few seconds to install all the requirements. After that, open the OpenAI platform in your browser. This is the URL to open OpenAI platform, where you can create your API key and start using the OpenAI LLM here key. And if you click on API keys here, you can go and generate the API key here. As we are using the OpenAI models, I'm going to create a OpenAI key here so that I can access any of the LLM model from OpenAI. So name I am providing here, you can automate, create API key. This API key I will be using in my project. Then come back to your project and create a file called .env. In that .env, I'm going to add my OpenAI API key. Key name will be OpenAI API underscore key, and here I'm going to add the key from the OpenAI portal. My environment is ready. Now I'm going to create a directory called agents and tasks. This is to create my agent and task and store it in one of the PI file here. Inside that I'm going to create another Python file for agents and tasks. First thing is add some of the import statement here. Import OS. To load the env file, I'm going to import .env here. From .env import load env, so that I'll be able to fetch my env file. And after that I'm going to import from CrewAI. From CrewAI import agents, task, import the crew, and then process LLM. First thing here, load the .env, call the load_.env file. Once you load the env file, you need to assign that into one of the variable, that is OpenAI API key, and here I'm going to access that key name from the os.getEnv. After setting the environment variable, first thing is you need to create the LLM object. LLM equals to LLM, and here you need to provide the model details. Model equals to model name. Here we need to know the model name, which one to use it here. Go to Google and search for OpenAI models. You will get a list of OpenAI models. Go to this website here and click on model catalog. Here you will see a list of models. All these are latest model. I'm looking for some model which is more cost effective so that I can use my credits more wisely. Let me go to search bar and search for GPT-4o mini model. This is a model which I'm looking for. If I check this model details, and all the details are provided here. If you scroll down and if you see here, there is a comparison which is shown here, and dollar also which is mentioned here. What is the cost which will be spending for each 1 million token? So I'll use this particular model so that it is less cost for me. I'm going to mention model equals to GPT-4o mini, and here I need to mention like OpenAI/GPT-4o mini. After that I'm going to set the temperature here. So here temperature equal to 0.7, so that model will show some creativity while providing the answer. Now I need to create all my agents whichever I had discussed before one by one. My first agent is destination researcher here. Let's create a agent here. Agent name will be destination researcher, and here I need to provide the LLM details and all the role details whatever we had discussed before. My agent name is destination_research and equals to agent. To save the time, I have added all the details for each agent here so that I can use it directly in my coding. So this is the text which I'm copying here. It says that role equals to destination researcher, and here I need to provide the goal. Goal is research the destination, identify the best attractions, activities, food experiences, and travel recommendations. This is the instruction which I'm going to provide to a particular agent. After that, I need to add some backstory also. Backstory is nothing but the context. You are experienced travel researcher who knows how to identify the best places, experiences for travelers. Then I need to provide the LLM name. LLM is which I have created above, and after that I need to add the verbose flag equals to true. Here my first agent is ready now. Then let's create an agent for itinerary planner here. Agent 2 itinerary planner. Let me create an object for that. Itinerary_planner equals to agent, and here I need to add the details. Let me go back to this text here and copy this entire all the details, and here role says that itinerary planner, and here goal and backstory is added. Goal says that create a practical day-to-day travel itinerary based on the destination research. Here this agent takes the input from first agent. Based on that it will create a day by day plan, and here backstory says that you are an expert travel planner who creates realistical and enjoyable travel itineraries, and here I'm going to add LLM and verbose equals to true. And my next agent is budget analyzer, and this is the agent 3 details copying from here, and let's create an object for that, budget analyst, and here I need to mention all the details. Budget analyst equals to agent, and this is the details. It says that role is travel budget analyst, and goal is analyze the travel plan, estimate the cost of flights, hotel, food, transportation, and activities. And it says that backstory is you are a financial travel expert who helps travelers stay within their budget. This is very important. And finally I'm going to provide the LLM details and verbose. So here all three agents are ready now. Now I need to create a task for all these respective agents, and to save the time I have already written the task details here. I want to copy these task details one by one and add it into my code. First thing is I need to create a task for research. Task name is research_task here, and inside the task I need to mention this all the details here, and this is how the task should look like. Description I need to mention research the following travel request. Destination, this will be coming from outside. Duration, budget, and travel preferences which I have defined above, and here I need to mention that these things you need to identify, that is top attractions, popular activities, local experiences, recommended areas to stay, important travel consideration, and this This is what I'm expecting as output. Detailed destination research report containing top attractions, activities, recommended areas, local experiences, and travel recommendations. And here I need to assign the agent. So which agent should do this particular task? I need to mention here destination underscore researcher. And here my first task is ready. Now I need to create the second task. Second task is itinerary creation, and here I need to provide all the details. Itinerary underscore task equals to task, and inside that I need to provide all the details. Let me go to my notepad here and copy from here the task 2 details, and task 2 details are like this. Description says that using the destination research from the previous task, create a day by day travel itinerary, and this particular task takes the input from the first task and then it will prepare a plan for that. So this includes destination, duration, travel preferences. This is common for all the tasks. After that I have written the task. What is the task here? Organize activities by day, group nearby attractions together, include reasonable travel time, include food and relaxation time, avoid an unrealistic schedule. This is the task details, and what is the output I am expecting is complete a day by day travel itinerary with morning activities, afternoon activities, evening activities, food recommendation, and travel consideration. This is the output which I am expecting, and this particular task will be performed by a agent, and agent name is itinerary underscore planner, which I have created above. Then I need to create a task 3. Task 3 is budget analysis. Let me take the task 3 details from this, copying here, and under the task I'm adding all the details here. Here description says that analyze the proposed itinerary and estimate the total travel cost. And what is the input here? What is the task which I'm mentioning here is include estimated costs for flight, accommodation, food, local transportation, activities, and miscellaneous expenses. And here I'm mentioning that compare the estimated cost with the available budget. If the plan exceeds the budget, suggest a cost saving alternatives also. This we need to check it how it will respond. What is the expected output which I am looking for here is a detailed budget breakdown in Indian rupees, including estimated cost by category, total estimated cost, comparison with the available budget, suggestion to reduce the cost if necessary. And then let me add the agent equals to, what is the agent which is going to perform this particular task is budget underscore analyst is my agent name. Here my agents are ready and all 3 tasks associated with each agent is ready. Now I need to group all these agents and tasks together. That is nothing but the crew. Here I'm going to create a crew object here, travel underscore crew equals to crew, and here I need to provide all the details of the agents, which all agents are participating in this particular crew. Agents equals to, inside the list I'm going to provide destination underscore researcher, itinerary planner, and budget analyst. Similarly I need to provide the task details also associated with each agent. Then I need to provide process also. This is very important, which process it should follow. We have seen multiple workflow patterns, right? That is nothing but the process. Here I'm going to execute this particular task in a sequential way. That's why I'm going to provide as process dot sequential and then verbose equals to true. Let me summarize what we have done so far. First we have loaded our env file and assigned to one of the env variable. Then we have created the LLM object. Then we have created the agent 1, agent 2, like that we have created the agent 3 also, and then we have created different tasks for each agent and assigned the agent details here, and we have provided all these details inside the each task, and here we are mentioning the agent details also. Similarly I have created the task 2, then finally a task 3 and associated agent for that. Then including all these agents and tasks, I have created a crew object, travel underscore crew. After that I have mentioned the pattern to follow, that is sequential pattern. Now let me go and create a main file here to call this agents, task, and the crew object here, main.py. First here I need to import the crew object here from agents underscore task dot travel agent underscore task import travel underscore crew. Let's create a main method and add some print statement to make it more readable. Then I'm going to run this particular crew using the input parameter. Here I need to provide the input parameter also, result equal to travel underscore crew, and here there is a specific method to call the crew, travel underscore crew dot kickoff method. This is the method which is coming from CrewAI to start any of the agent execution with the input parameter. And inside this I'm going to provide all the details what I'm looking for here, that is destination details, what is my travel plan, all those preferences which I need to mention here. I have mentioned like destination equals to Paris and duration is 7 days, and after that I'm going to mention the budget. What is the budget which I'm looking for? It should give me all the plan plan within this particular budget only, and I'm asking my travel agent to give a preferences for all these things, that is history, culture, art, popular landmarks and food experiences. Whenever it is planning for anything, it should look for all these things as a preferred items, then it should give me a detailed plan. Then I want to print the result with some print statement here. This is how I'm printing to make it more readable. Then I want to call this particular main method which I have created. If name equals to main, call this main method. Let me run this particular code here, python main.py. Looks like there is some issue here while running. Okay, this kickoff method should be in a lower case. Yep, this is the correct method name. Let's run the code now. Python main.py. Execution started. It says that crew execution started. Name is crew, and it has given some specific ID also for this. And the first task it started is task started. Task name is research the following travel request, and it says that destination is Paris, duration 7 days, budget is mentioned here, what all the preferences which we have mentioned, and it is mentioning what is the output expected also, and it has given some ID also for that. And task is started, and it says that respective agent is also started, destination researcher, and here it is mentioning all the agent details like what I'm looking for as part of this agent, and this is the identification, this is the output which we are expecting, and it is providing the answer also. It says that destination researcher agent, and this is the answer. It is providing all the details of that research, and these are the top attractions which has given, popular activities. It has mentioned the recommended areas to stay because we have asked in our prompt also, and local experiences, travel recommendations. It is literally giving all the details whichever we have asked in the particular task. This is about the first agent. Then the second task also started, then it is showing that task is completed and which task it got completed, all the details it is mentioning here as part of this. Then the next task is started. If you observe, this is happening one after the other, that is in sequential way. The next task is using the destination research from the previous task, create a day by day travel itinerary, and this is the output which we are looking for, and this is the ID which has created, and it says that this is the agent name which is executing itinerary planner, and after that this is the output which is giving here, and this particular agent has provided the output. Output says that this is a 7-day Paris travel itinerary, and it says that day 1, these all the plans. Morning you need to visit these areas, arrive in Paris, check out your hotel, all that plan detailed way it has given. Morning, afternoon, evening, what all activities you need to do, all that details it is mentioned clearly. And food recommendations, what food you are looking for, it is mentioning which cuisine also, and travel considerations, and day 2 plan, day 3 plan, right, art and culture, iconic landmarks, all these things which we have mentioned in our task as a prompt. And day 4, day 5, day 6, like that, all the details, entire 7-day plan it has given here. And finally it says that task is completed. Then the third task is started, that is for budget. Analyze the proposed itinerary and estimate the total travel cost here, and budget is mentioned here, and what all the things which need to be included in the budget that we have given here. And this is the agent execution, travel budget analyst agent execution started. Task is like this: analyze the proposed itinerary, estimate the total travel cost, and this is the output here. It says that detailed travel budget breakdown for Paris. It says that 7 days trip. First one, estimated cost by category. This is the flight charges. This is mentioning the round trip flight cost also, and how much you are spending for accommodation. If you are considering a 3-star hotel, total cost is 60,000 for 6 nights. And if you are looking for a food cost, this is the cost which you can get it for. This is the cost for your entire trip. Local transportation details, and if you are looking for activities, what is the activities cost for Eiffel Tower, this is the cost which is mentioned here, and total estimated cost is 22,500. Miscellaneous expenses, all these details it is captured. And if you take a look here, all these details mentioned in a table format: flight cost, accommodation, food, local transportation, activities, miscellaneous expenses, all this split is given in this. And here if you see here, this estimated cost is 1,52,500, but if you see here, this is exceeding our total budget. That comparison also given here. Total estimated cost is this much, but the budget is available 1,50,000. Extra budget is this much. And it is also mentioning that how to reduce this particular cost so that it can fit in this particular budget. It is saying that you can reduce the cost in the flight, look for cheaper flight options, or consider booking during off-peak times. And accommodation, also consider staying in a budget hotel or a hostel. Look for short-term rentals through services like Airbnb. So these all places it is saying that you can reduce some of the cost. And activities also, which activities you can cut down the cost. Like that, it is providing the detailed plan for budget. And it says that task got completed, and here is the entire plan it says that this is the crew execution. It says that crew execution completed. All the details are given here. And if you scroll down, this is the final output of the entire plan of 7 days trip to Paris. Estimated cost by category, flights, activities, and estimated cost, how to reduce the cost, all those suggestions is given. This is how the actual multi-agent system works, where you can have the multiple agents, tasks associated with that, and each agent is responsible for performing specific tasks and specific execution, so that you can just assign your prompt, assign your query, and your agent will execute and provide the entire result for you. And this output can vary little from LLM to LLM, because here we are using OpenAI, and if you are using any of the other LLM, then this particular result can vary little bit. This is how the multi-agent system can be created using CrewAI. I'll commit this code to GitHub repository and share the link in the description. You can go and check it. Try this entire agent creation part and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.